Don't change the channel. Don't you touch that channel.
Anyway, yet I pause here to warn all that wisdom and the ways of wisdom are not to be employed for a season, but rather such wisdom must become a way of life in order not to fall into the traps of sin, in order not to fall prey to the devil who comes to steal, kill, and destroy. I promise you, those that have been saved for more than a minute understand that they could not be wise the day that they accepted Jesus into their heart and their pocket. No, we've got to ask God for a certain amount of wisdom. God, I need your wisdom today. God, I need your wisdom tomorrow. God, even though I have no idea what's down the road next week, I know one thing, God, I'm going to need your wisdom. I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need your guidance, God. I'm going to need you. Now, in this 19th chapter of Proverbs, we will read short sayings or proverbs that give a quick and powerful visual or example, and you and I get to choose which side of the curling or the semi-curling we will live according to. I'm going to slow it down right there. See, let me tell you something. This Christian walk is not a forced walk. This Christian walk, this lifestyle, it's not something we can, as it were, shove down your throat. No. The Word of God is set up in such a way that it will be presented to you, and then you get to choose. All right? Because at the end of the day, you're not going to stand before Jesus and say, well, Jesus, you didn't make your word clear to me. You're not going to stand before God and say, God, nobody told us. Especially in the island of Bermuda. I feel sorry for Bermudians that do not choose to serve God, because we have so much of the gospel around us, and we now have to make a decision. How will we live? Today, you will understand that when you make God's divine choice, that there are due rewards. Due rewards. That is, there are rewards of wisdom, and these rewards will lead to you living a life that is pleasing in the sight of God. So let's look at the text and cover the following 3 points. Point number 1, money matters. Money matters. They were dealing with money matters back then. We're never going to stop dealing with money matters. Point number 2, mouth matters. Oh, you like that one, don't you? Sure you do. Mouth matters. And then point number 3, maintenance matters. Maintenance matters. Oh, yeah, it does. Well, let's deal with it, folks. Point number 1, money matters. Well, yes, money does matter. Yet it is not the abundance of money that matters, but rather it is the abounding of money to one sector of people that will disturb matters. We must grace the choices that we make about money with meeting the approval of the kingdom of heaven. When you use the money, would God be approving of this? Yeah. In verses 1 through 8 of this chapter, Solomon deals with money matters. Look at verse 1. Better is the poor that walketh in his integrity than he that is perverse in his lips and is a fool. Perverse. Can talk it, boy. Right off the bat, I know that there are those, I know it, who actually prefer money over integrity. Trust you and me that while I'm here speaking about the glorious mandate, the kingdom expectation of integrity, there are those that say, you can have your integrity. I want the money. Trust you me. Plenty of people. But that's not where we're called to be. That's not the life of a sanctified church, a sanctified people of God. We are separated from this world unto God. Church, the Bible is clear that any leader who lacks integrity, the result will be foolishness. I hear of some foolishness. water is good for certain people to drink, certain people to cook with, and certain people to bath in. Foolishness! Foolishness! I never dreamed the day of my now 50 years. Says 50 years I don't know about. 50 years. I never had my 50 years in Bermuda. Any house I've been in, water come out anything less than clear. Talk about it's acceptable. Duty and minister. Give away Bermuda's profitable places. Foolishness! You think America's got that Trump? We got our Trump too. We got our Trump too. Being Trump, I'm going to trumpet it. One more. Having a system put forth by a government that will result in more non-Bermudians now earning Bermuda houses and homes, and actually renting out to third and fourth generational Bermudians. Foolishness. And some of you don't have a clue what I'm talking about. But with the ARV value down, foreigners can buy up our land more and more, and they'll be renting out to you. Let me as a former teacher say something. And you wonder why our children need to be educated, why we've got to make sure they get in that high school. I see foolishness in high school. Foolishness coming in assembly, got to be eating, still drinking. Huh? Got to have your bag on your back, got to sit there. I see foolishness. I'm going to have uneducated fools renting from foreigners in our own home. Get an education. Foolishness. Church, you know, I could go on and on. As the book of Solomon meets up with the reality of Bermuda 2016. Plenty of rich folk who lack integrity. Church, Solomon here actually says that it is better to be Mr. Raymond Russell. Yes. Yes. Come here, Daddy. Yes. I'm just telling you what Solomon's saying. You got to understand it. Solomon says it's better to be Mr. Raymond Russell than Mr. E.T. Richards. Yes. Yes. Better to be poor with integrity. Yes. Than making foolish decisions with your rich self. Yes. Thank you, Daddy. Many may not agree with Mr. Russell. However, they will never question his integrity. I'll tell you that right there. And let me say here that I would rather have a righteous daddy than a rich daddy. Oh, I've gained a lot. Because the reason I can stand up today, the reason that I can make my voice heard, the reason that I can speak and not be ashamed or afraid is because I have a father, my daddy, who stood up with integrity. And when all hell broke loose, he broke loose a hell and set heaven free on every situation. I love you, Daddy. I love you, Daddy. I love you. Yeah, that's what matters to me. Verse 2. Also, that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good. And he that hasteth with his speech sinneth. Church, Solomon here is concerned about those who do things to please their souls, rather than understanding that what they do will impact someone else. Can we take a minute here and understand that? That we can't do something in a moment because our soul feels like it, our flesh feels like it, that we've got to understand that after that soulish ram moment, after that flesh ram moment, that there's going to be a fallout that we're going to have to live with. Yeah. Church, may I suggest to you that it is not simply about you. Every decision that you make in life While you think it is about you, the decision has a ripple effect that will prove to impact upon the lives of others. Hence, you must consider your ways. You must think about the choice you are about to make, and then think beyond that choice. That's the thing there. Think beyond the choice to what the result of that choice will be way down the road. I got to keep talking about this because I can't have it happening in numbers here at Shekinah Worship Center. Don't think about that guy that says he loves you. And he's just got to show it to you. No. Think about that baby that you're going to have to support, that you're going to have to run him and try to get a couple of dollars from. Don't think about that little moment. Think about that baby. All babies are cute, but they're going to cost you something. Beyond 3 and 5, cute don't work. Cute don't work after 3 and 5. I'm going to tell you that right now. You know what we're going to do? This is what we're going to be a part of here. Just because I need you to know it. We have been called, oh God, we're going to lift back up the standard. We're going to challenge our youth of today. You don't have to do that. You can get educated. You can get that position that you want to get, not the one you're forced to have to work at, that you complain about every week. No. So we're going to reset the bar. Is that all right at Shekinah? Huh? Yeah, we're going to reset it. You can do this. You can do this. Yes, I know it looks right now, but down the road, it's going to become wrong. Oh, yeah, you got a lot of single mothers. I'm going to stick on that because that's what's common. We got a lot of single mothers looking at that child, cutting their eyes because the child looks like the father. Right? They weren't cutting their eyes like that when they were in bed with that father. Right? No, that father was the best thing. I know if he had a job, I know if he had a house or anything, but he was the best thing in that bed, right? We're going to get it together. I'm going to tell you this right here. I know this is Sunday mornings. I'm going to keep it kind of slim here, right here. But I'm going to tell you, no sex is good enough like that. Let me tell you, better than single sex, married sex. Let me sit down by you. He and my husband. I'm going to sit by your husband and sit here. Because my husband ain't here. Better than single sex is married sex. Right? Now, better than living with my mama and making excursions, having excursions. It's having my own apartment. Yeah. So better than sneak away sex is legal sex. I'm trying to help somebody. So if you're doing it, stop. That's all. I can't say much else than that. Stop. Setting the standard, setting the bar, so that we have a right to speak to the island of Bermuda. Yeah. So, look. Yeah, I know that the grass looks greener over there in their yard. But you have no clue who's doing the maintenance of their property. Yeah. I mean, God have money, Okay, all right. Yeah, come talk about your pool. You want to keep the landscape. You can't get any. I'm right here. Church. Solomon says something here in verse 3. Glory to God. That I'm sure came back to bite him. Verse 3. The foolishness of man perverted his way, and his heart fretted against the Lord. In essence, this verse says, don't you go making your own decisions and then try to blame God. You can never sin and blame God for sin. No. God weren't in the room. God stopped at the house door. And he said, because he knows. He said, yep, they're going to go through with it. I'll check you all down the street when you're crying, when you're moaning and groaning. Oh, come on. So no. Your own heart got you in that mess. Your own heart caused you to make that decision. God was nowhere in sight. God was not seen, nor was God's counsel sought on that matter. It was what you wanted, and now that it has gone wrong, you cannot now step back and blame God. So don't even say to me, well, if this church preaches it, teaches it, lives it. Hey? I ain't saying one thing from this pulpit and not living it. I'm not saying one thing from this pulpit and not having an expectation of my own children. All right? This mouth good. I'm just saying. Now, and so Solomon knew about this, but later on, because he wrote this book, Proverbs, kind of like in the middle of his life, earlier on, when he was deep, a deep wonder. But you know, later on, he got tripped up. You know, some people think they've been around a long time, they can't get tripped up. Yeah, I'm going to leave that right there. Let that siphon right there. Leave it. Yeah. For later on, he would ignore God's counsel and hook up with thousands of women. Now, you know, the moment you go past one, you lost your mind. You lost your mind. You can't. Deacon deal, you only need one. Only need one. Any man who has more than one, you're already in your foolishness. You lost your ever-loving mind. It's enough work. It's enough work. Let me finish the sentence. He would ignore God's counsel, hook up with thousands of women who were of another culture. See, I'm trying you all, but you know, anything. Let me tell you something I noticed during the immigration gate. Let me tell you something I noticed. I noticed that certain Bermudian men who would usually speak up and speak against foreigners being in our country and wanting to take over our country because they had now married a woman of a foreign country had nothing to say. Shutting down your culture. You would, but you wouldn't. By the way, that's an aside. You know, the carnival's coming up, right? This month, right? That's not our culture. Okay? Just to put it out there, I did get a call from the organizer because he saw my commercial or somebody saw my commercial and he wanted me to know what they're trying. I'm going to tell you this right now. If they can prepare for a carnival for probably 12 months, don't try to throw something together in 12 weeks when it comes to education. Not only that, I don't care how much you do. The carnival is still not acceptable. It's still not Bermudian. And let me tell you while I'm in here, if you have a child, a grandchild, and they look like they're even looking like to get half naked and wine and all that stuff, you wine them right back in their room and slap the Holy Ghost oil on them. Why are we embracing other cultures and then complaining? We can't have it both ways. We can't complain about the foreigners coming in, wanting to be Bermudians, and then, so we embrace you. You are double-minded and unstable in all your ways. Get it right. I'm just saying. I'm still on the same page. Let's see if I can push you on now. Let's go to another verse. Verse 4. Wealth maketh many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. Money make a lot of friends, man. I'm going right past him, but I know he ain't got money. Money. I'm going to be his friend. Dressing right. That's bling. That ain't bling bling. That's bling blong. That ain't nothing. See, let me tell you something. When you really got it, you don't have to show it because you just got it. I'm just as a lesson I'm putting out there. So money, wealth, gonna get you a lot of friends. Now watch this. Now this is key. You're looking up here, seeing two people. What I want you to understand is really one person. Money gets you a lot of friends. But when that money is removed from you and you become this person. These people that like you when you had all the money, they're going to like you when you ain't got the money. Look, I follow these, right? When PLP was in party, the business world was courting them. PLP weren't that bad. They had the reins of the country. The Honorable Paula Cox. Don't make me talk about my cousin, Honorable Paula Cox, because now she can't get a job. I'm not saying much. So again, this type of behavior is a lack of integrity. It should be that whether you have money or not, you are the same person, that you make decisions according to God and not according to how much money you have. Thank you, gentlemen. Bermuda, we kiss up to people with money. We love the God of money. Oh, I've got it right here. Look at it. Come on, folks. We see it daily in Bermuda. Money will gain you fair weather friends. I recall, I'm going to say it again for emphasis. I recall when PLP was in power. The Honorable Paula Cox had a lot of friends when she was Minister of Finance and Premier. However, upon losing her premiership and portfolio, she can't find a job worthy of her caliber. I tell you that the Bible is true. A lack of money or loss of money will cause friends to disappear. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's the tears, the money levels, right? Connections with other countries. All those tears that the honorable, yeah, tears. All those tears, let me pronounce it right, tears, that Honorable Paula got with all those countries. Oh, we ain't living off from now. You know, when they were complaining, let me get back here, because you all think I'm not preaching Bible. I am. Let me tell you something. Look, where was Premier Paula Cox? Devonshire North? North? This is perfect. This is perfect. I'm going to walk up and down. This is so perfect. I'm going to walk up and down. This is so perfect. This is great. Watch this. I thought so. Watch this. I'll tell you this. Devonshire North sure knows that their representative is not Paula Cox. That's where the brown water is. Some of you have no clue. They voted in Mr. Glenn Smith. I tell you what, Paula with her bronze self, and I say that respectful, she would have lasted 2 minutes when she saw brown water. She would have had to change it. Oh, you go ahead. That's the sounding political. 5 through 8. Let me read on. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall not escape. Many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend of him that giveth gifts. Sure. You sure you all have that job thing they call exchange? They call gift exchange. If you got left out, you go home crying. Everybody wants a gift. Yeah. All the brethren of the poor do hate him. How much more do his friends go far from him? He pursueth them with words, yet they are wanting to him. In other words, those who lack integrity, they're not going to listen to you, because they think their money is worth more than your integrity. He that getteth wisdom loveth his own soul. Lord Jesus. He that keepeth understanding shall find good. Now watch it now. In other words, Solomon now raises the value of the word of God. He's saying the most valuable investment you can make if you want to be rich, Bermuda. Better than that, if you want to be wealthy, Bermuda. Oh, boy, I tell you. You know, I'm thinking now, I'm going to culture. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. I'm going to community of cultures and whatever they call it today, right? You know, when I'm reading that booklet, you know, of the singers of Bermuda, I guarantee you 95% of them say something about God and the Bible and prayer. Huh? And you want to know what the legacy is? You want to know what the culture of Bermuda is? You want to know what the culture of Bermuda is? This right here. Huh? You want to know what the legacy of Bermuda is? This right here. This is what they talk about. If you want your children and your grandchildren to be wealthy in this island, it's got to be according to God, not a God, God, living God. Yeah. In other words, Solomon, he raises the value of God's wisdom above man's getting. It is better, Lord have mercy, to have God's wisdom with understanding than to have things. Don't run after the things. Run after God, and he'll give you the wisdom that you make the right decisions so that you can have the things. I don't know about you, but I'm just thinking now, I know he's not here. I'll be in New York, but I'm thinking about that house that he built for 7 years. Not because he had the money, but God gave him wisdom. I remember back in the day, before we were married probably, or just early in the years, a man of God spoke to him and told him that he had blessed hands, that everything that he put his hands to, that God was going to bless it. In other words, his hands and the ability that he has to work and to create and to do, it didn't stem from genetics, but it stems from the throne room of God. So that everything that he does, he has to do it to the honor and to the glory of God. It's not even whether Maria approves of it, but God, is this how you want it done? And when we do things so that God is blessed, so that God approves, then God will show you and he'll pour you out a blessing that you don't have room to receive. I hear you, Holy Ghost. Somebody saying, when is my blessing coming? I don't know, but the answer's on its way. This I know. Jesus said it. I believe it, and it is so. Our Heavenly Father, he knows our need before we pray, and you can rest assured, the answer is on its way. It's on its way. Hey. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Stay in the Word. Love the Word. Drink the Word. Eat the Word. Sleep with the Word. It's the Word that's going to take you to your next place. Brings me to my point number 2. That was the longest one. Point number 2. Mouth matters. Mouth matters. Church, I do declare, oh God, that your future is in your mouth. Woo. The unfolding of destiny's plan for you will happen according to what you speak over your life. You keep on saying, I can't. You keep saying, but I understand. You keep saying, but I don't know. Then you're just going to follow that pathway. But I decided, Deacon Stephen Truck, a long time ago, that when I was infertile, when I couldn't reproduce, God, I remember that when I got married, June 22nd, 1985, right there, Bishop Smith was there, Elder Seaman, well, Peter and I were right here. And when I read that prayer, and I said, Lord, if it be thy will, grant us the privilege of parenthood, that's the time that the tears came down. Why were tears coming down? Because the Holy Ghost was already warning me, this is where you're going to cry a bit. This is where you're going to have tears. You're going to have a bit of struggling right here. But I know God, and I stood on his word. I said, God, I know that you'll cause me to carry seed. So even when I miscarried, I knew that the answer was still on its way. And the way I'm speaking is the way I need you to believe that you may not have it yet, but if God has showed it to you, if God has spoken it to you, if God has made his word plain to your ears, you heard him, you felt him, you knew it was him, then you hold on to God, unchanging hand, and his change will come. It will come to pass. You are glorified God because God has come through just for you. He'll come through. He'll come through. Power of words. So when I saw this one and this one having what I didn't have, I didn't turn on them. I rejoiced with them because I knew my joy was coming. So can I tell somebody that while your answer's not here yet, take joy. Stir it up with joy. Seed it with joy. Sprinkle a little bit of joy. That in the morning time you make sure you got joy. You wake up with the joy. You go through the day with joy. That no matter if you experience grief and mourning, you pull on the joy because your joy gonna come in your morning. Hey. oil of joy, and the oil of gladness. Oh, God will mix together. Oh, yes, he will. He'll put a concoction together that no man would understand how you're making it through what you're making it through. But you understand that I'm making it through because the joy of the Lord is my strength. I'm making it through because God promised it, and he that promised it shall perform it to the end. That's why I trust in God. I trust him. That's why it's a faith walk, you know. Glory, glory, glory. Watch this, 9 and 10. Talking about words, speaking. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish. Delight is not seemly for a fool. You know, don't be a fool and be happy about it. That's what blows me away. When I hear somebody say, this takes, I can't even comment. When I see somebody take the water to a lab, test it, and say that the danger number is 500, and it looks like you're about 480 something, but you can still drink it, I can't even speak. It's such foolishness. I'm like, I did feel like saying something sarcastic. I sure won't be with you. I said, I should bottle the water, sell it to America's Cup. I bet you they would stop me. I bet you they would arrest me. I can say, it's all right. 485 out of 500. We're all right. Come get your 485. What's this water called? 485. 485. How much you going to pay for it? 485. Not even 5. 485. Good. Delight is not seemly, I'll say it again, for a fool. You know, don't broadcast your stupidity. Don't make a newscast about your stupidity. Oh! You know I am? You know, if you think, don't make a Facebook post about how stupid you are. We're going to prove that this brown water is okay. But now, because everybody's kicked up, oh, it ain't okay, we're going to fix it now, the pipe. Help me, Lord. Says, much less for a servant to have rule of a princess. If you don't have the ability, don't expect to be given the leadership position. We have, listen, Linda, listen. I'm having an issue here. And I think, I don't know, something happened when I went 50. I just don't know. But I'm having a real issue when I read op-eds, opinion columns, and I know that fool didn't write that. Somebody else had to write that stupidness. But once again, we're proving that we're stupid by writing stupid things. I'm going to leave that alone because some of you have no clue, but I'm going to leave it alone. Somebody said, like, take the TV take the TV, the internet, and the radio from Seaman. No, you're not. I'm going to go right down my dad's house, sit down and listen to it. Now, understand it. Your sin or false statement will eventually find you out. That's all. All we had to do was sit. You know, went for about a week and a half, this brown water, Bermuda Flint situation. We just had to wait. I was like, I know that this isn't going to go on forever and ever. Nah. Eventually, somebody's going to get a light bulb moment. You know, yeah. Anyway, here we go. So eventually it's going to be found out. You may get away with the lie for now, but later on it's coming. Now let's peek at the word perish. Let's understand today what happens when lies are spoken, when lies are taught and taunted, and when lies are the order of the day. Perish, evad, ruin, destruction, loss, exterminate. Church apparently lies, big lies, little lies, white lies, black lies. Black lives matter. They all matter. And they all will eventually lead to an outcome of suffering. Oh, yeah, they will. What you say matters. Come on now. Hello. Somebody's calling me? her offense. That's not in the sermon. Hello? Church fan? Oh, Lord. Let me finish this sermon before they come and take me away. I'm getting this sermon done. If I have to finish my next sermon, and like the Apostle Paul in prison, I'm preaching. Here we go. Verse 11. The discretion of a man deferreth his anger. Ooh, let me take my time to read that again. The discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over transgression. All right, let me help out. Discreet, well, from the word discretion. Discreet. What does it mean to be discreet? Discreet, shikah. Prudence, insight, understanding, good sense. Discretion is defined as the ability to make responsible decisions. You are a person of discretion if your anger does not cause you to make an anger decision. Don't do that. When I'm angry, I go silent. No, that's not the time. I'm passionate, but I ain't angry. Don't confuse my passion with anger. I shut it down. For you see, your anger will subside eventually, but the consequences of your anger decision will be played out on the stage called life. So you watch it when you're angry. Shut it down. Right? Church, defer your anger. Defer your anger and delight in passing over the transgressions of another. I'm going to tell you something. You are a strong individual when you can pass over. Because most of us, especially, let me see if I can do, you can't see it. Yeah, especially these people. Oh, she did. Well, you wait till the end. Oh, really? Oh, really? Mm-hmm. But that anger right there, going to cause some consequences later on. And so you are a person of discretion when you can. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When you can pass over the transgressions of another. You think I have responded to everybody since I was 7 who did me wrong? I'm just showing you how long I've known it. What's the sense of me? I always figure, plus I didn't want to get lines. I said, I don't want lines early in my forehead. You know, the Russell's gray at 30-something. I'm 50, just starting. I said, listen, you don't need to be graying fast. You know, so there ain't no sense me using all this anger and stuff. You know, no. Oh, I cared about that early. So when people get me angry, just shut it down. Just pass over it. You know, that song, the storm is passing over. The storm is passing over. The storm is passing. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah. See, because some of you can't say hallelujah today because you didn't pass over a storm last night. Yeah, got in an argument this morning. Hard to say hallelujah after you just turned them off, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And let me tell you this thing that's funny. I'll just hear it later on. Sundays, I try to say nothing. That's like a hello there. I don't complain about the dishes, nothing. Get up, cook the food, cook the breakfast, say nothing. Why? Because I don't need my anger to come in here. And first thing I got to do is when I'm kneeling down here, pray for me. I ain't got to. No. I need all that. So expect like Monday's a Passover day. You know, of course, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now Saturday, Sunday morning, Passover. You see? I know I'm just doing that. Right. So whatever people do, their mistake, their purposeful aim at your life. Get that. Some people are taking direct aim at your, ain't no mistake, coming directly at you, know exactly, got a little hint of what's going on, and they're going to rub, they're going to pour, then they're going to rub salt in the wound. Some people coming right after you. Know it. If you know it, you know how to handle it. Because that's their transgression. I heard that, heard you catch it. Don't allow their transgression to cause you to transgress. Transgression, their planned attack on your character. Transgression, when they cross that line that you have drawn in the sand. God says that when you can see it and say nothing, Jesus, ow. Oh Lord, you know how many times I could have said something and said nothing, but live on to prove them wrong. Glory to God. You know it's a reason that church in Kenya, how they find me in a little dot in a place called Bermuda. Because when I could have opened my mouth, when I could have said something, I shut it down and I said nothing because I understand the integrity of being a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ. So just live on so that your glory is seen. When you can see it but say nothing, that's God's glory. Every time, Amali, in school, and they just try to get you, and you don't say anything, you can step away and go, that's your glory, God, that's your glory. That I passed over their transgression, and the reward is, God, your glory. I just see you a bit clearer, God. I've just become more like you, God. Oh, hallelujah. And so when you can see it but not allow it to settle in your spirit, that's glory. God is in that moment. God is in a moment where they meant it for your evil. God will turn it around for your good. That's God's glory. Mouth matters. It is about what you say, and it is about how you handle what they say. Let God get the glory out of your handling of each testimony story. Verse 12, the king's wrath is as a roaring of a lion. But his favor, same king. But his favor is as the dew upon the grass. So let me make a statement here for clarity. This dew of this message is not God's dew. It's the dew that leadership can give to you. What you want is that the leader is in tune with God so that the decisions they can make is graced with the dew of heaven. But we have to understand that you can also have leaders who are not in contact with God in that way, and so the dew that they give is not the dew as from heaven or the dew upon the grass that fertilizes the grass, that keeps the grass moist so that the grass can keep on reproducing. I want to say that again, so that the grass can keep on reproducing. In other words, that there is still going to be flocks, there's still going to be plants, the soil is still going to be rich. But that's when the leader's listening to God. But when the leader's not listening to God, it's going to feel like the lion's coming after you, and roaring after you. You better listen to what Bermuda's saying. In this verse, Solomon wants you to understand that the same hand that bites you will be the same hand that feeds you. I don't know what Bermudians can do. The march, I don't know what. I think they just need to all go back to God. They ain't listening to me. So Solomon wants you to understand that this is not a good thing. The hand that bites you or comes against you will be the hand also that can favor you. If they want, they can favor you. That's why we had to turn around in the Flint, Michigan. In the Devonshire brown water situation. Because they decided to bless you. Give favor. Favors you. In other words, the king or the leader or the premier who will speak against you today, will turn around tomorrow and give you accolades, favor. Okay. Church, you are not to be influenced by the roar of the king or by the purring of the king. Some people, as long as they get that photo out, they're satisfied. Not me. You can't take enough pictures to satisfy. Gonna be more than that. Yes, the king's reward are like dew. Yes, it is good to get an invite from the premier. Yes, it is good to get your picture taken with the premier. But note that when you may need a favor, the premier will not be there. Not going to be there. How you have it hit my spirit this morning. How you have a situation of your people, brown water, and you ain't heard from the premier yet. It's the premier of Bermuda, right? Devonshire a part of Bermuda? You mean Devonshire North is a part of Bermuda? Okay, I'm just checking. Church, the due of a leader is different than the due of heaven. Heaven is the place of preeminence, regardless, the ultimate judge. Earth is the place of the current premier, where the current premier is the current judge in current power. Church, in a season of changing standards of behavior and integrity, maintain your integrity with God. That's what I'm saying. Don't be clapping your hand, praising God, doing all that, and telling the world that Jesus says is keeping you, and then they see you doing something else out there. It's a lack of integrity. Be sure that no matter what you do not have to appeal to the current leader who will be replaced at some point. At this rate, it's going to be fade. I know, you got you praying now in it, got some reaction in it. Help us, Lord. We're going to need the Lord, the Holy Ghost, everybody. You'll be learning another national language. Some of us having trouble with English. I'm just saying. Be sure that your face towards God, who is our judge. He is sovereign. Finally, church, I want to share just a bit with you on maintenance matters. I won't go through all the rest of the verses, but we'll only pick out a few. A few that will help with you maintaining a stable life, home life. 13. Oh, yeah, I can't leave this out. A foolish son is the calamity of his father, and the contentions, this is plural, of a wife are a continual dropping. Calamity. I'm going to take my time here and help out the husbands. Calamity. Havoc. Engulfing, ruin, destruction. All right, let's do this. Deacon Jamal, come. Young Aaron, come. Playing father and son. Father, son. Playing father and son. Father and son. Father and son. Right. Yeah. Why does the foolish son result in the destruction of the father? That's what the verse is saying. I'm going to tell you why. The son, I'm going to take my time here because it's as clear as day. The son should be the propagation of the father. In other words, he should carry on the legacy of his father. The son should make his father proud so that the family name lives on in greatness. Church, it is now all too common that the foolishness of a son destroys the legacy of a father. I'm going to get there. The father may have worked and built up his family with a home. However, a son who plays with his education, begins smoking weed while in school, saddles it, that's with a Bermuda High School leaving certificate, rather than going on to college, makes nips in and out of traffic, will result in possible death, but sure destruction of what his father has built up. Now let me say here, the greater evil is that the fathers aren't even in the house to show the legacy to the son. So the son has no legacy in the house. Therefore, he goes to the outhouse somewhere. I'll say it that way. Goes out there to find a man who's going to be his leader. That's why we need man in place. Because you are vital to the legacy of Bermuda. You want to know? Look, let me help you out. Do you mind if I help you out, church? Yes. The reason that, I'm going to go way back. The reason we don't have bow boys. Is that in restaurants? Yes. Bus boys. I knew it was two B's. Bus boys. Because somebody knew the plan way back then. That's right. Because it used to be, I remember, at 13 and 14 and 15, they could go into the restaurant and just carry get the trays in for all the dirty dishes and, learning to communicate, learning responsibility, gaining some finances, building them up in the tourism market to be a tourist specialist, because then they would eventually start talking to tourists. The Bermudian talk. Didn't need an interpreter back then when I went to a restaurant. Today, I should pay somebody to interpret, because by the time they finish these specials, I feel special. Yeah. So the plan now, let me help you with the plan. The plan was, oh, no, they can't work until they're 16. 16, do you know what a boy's got at 16? Tell me. A bike. If you haven't disciplined him before 16 to ride his bike to work, he's going to ride his bike. I'm going up the hill to my boys. He's going to ride his bike. I'm going down the street. And so there was a plan afoot 40 years ago suddenly. And what we see today is the outgrowth or the consequences of that plan. That's why we have so little sons who can now take on the legacy of their father. Where we had, oh yes, we know, we had great tourism guys. They ain't got no sons in there, no young males. Because there was a plan to give away this island to foreigners way back then. Now, greater than this, I'm talking about that's life. But greater than this is the Bible. Take the guys out of church. They don't need God. They just need to be in tune with the higher one, the higher power. How you get to the higher power? Smoke the grass. Smoke the weed. Huh? So we're in Bermuda. People don't get it. I better teach you all. You're all right. I'm going to teach you all 5 extra minutes. They are now going to, in Bermuda, going to legalize weed. Don't need it for no cancer. Don't need it for no pain. Going to legalize weed. Why? Because the few remaining sons who are home, let me go this way. The few remaining fathers going to go through something. Just smoke a little something. It'll make you feel better. Your brain, you still got to wake up to the same situation. Keep your wits about you. It's a plan, Bermuda. I don't know why we preachers don't speak to it. We all know it. Act like what's scared. And so now the father who may have built up something, the destruction of a son is that he cannot carry on the legacy of his father. Every father should be there to say, yes, son, you're learning, you're growing, you're doing. Take a seat. Thank you, man of God. Okay? So that's what's happening with the son part of it. Now, let me go to this wife part. Right here. Oh, yeah. What else Solomon's saying? A continual dripping. I'm trying to sleep. She's still talking. Trying to watch the game. She's still moving on it. Can I just eat in peace? Can I just sit here in peace? No escape. No matter what room you go in the other room. Can I use the bathroom in peace? Just go. What do you complain? Nobody has that much to complain about. Drip. So you ain't got enough buckets to try to stop the... Solomon's wise. Okay, that's enough. It's irritating me, and I'm a wife. How about that? He says, this dripping. He says, when a woman does nothing but complain and nag, this too will destroy that house. So the husband's got a son and taking up the legacy. Got the wife taking up her lip. Just talk. All the husbands and men, they're afraid to high-five each other. Right? Look at them. I feel it in my spirit. Some of the husbands in here want to go, preach black woman. I just feel it. and so listen here, I'm almost done. Just like if the house had a leak, we want it fixed. The house with a woman who never stops complaining. You want her fixed too. For she can destroy the house. Instead of a foolish son and a nagging wife, let's see what God's desire is. 14. House and riches are the inheritance of fathers, and a prudent wife is from the Lord. So women, you wives, you, not me, you wives that are drip, that's good. We want you to move from being contentious to prudent. Right? Contentious, prudent. All right. Here we go. You're going to be wise. Wife, we want you to understand that when you are wise, you build up your house. This is proof to your husband that you are a gift from God. You got to get him thinking again, you're a gift from God. Because right now he's questioning God. Mind you, he cherishes you, but I ain't saying. One verse that I want to pull out as my final study point for today, 26. He that wasteth his father and chaseth away his mother is a son that causes shame and bringeth reproach. All right, let's do this. Mother and father. Okay, let's use you. Father Russell, Mother Russell. The Bible saying, important, again, this is about legacy being torn down. The Bible is saying, you want to look at each other? You want to marry you again? Look at the congregation. Nobody else came up here and looked at me. Listen to what the Bible says. Children, when you have godly parents, have the wisdom to honor them. Don't waste a good father. Don't have a good father and refuse to gain knowledge from him. Don't have a good mother and chase her away by hurting her feelings and treating her as if her words matter little to you and mean less to you than the words of others. Never do that. I'm going to tell you, my parents are right here. I never had to call another man daddy or father because my daddy's right here. Never. I knew it as a preteen. God had it click with me. Maria, never do anything that will cause your mama's heart to break. That's it. Therefore, what she knows, they own it. Whatever they ask me for, they're going to get. Now my younger sisters kicked in, out, thumbs up, and whatever they want, they're going to get to the best of our ability. Amen. Why? Because they're godly. Amen. So what's the plan of the enemy? Take away godly parents so that you don't have godly children to understand godly parents and thereby becoming godly themselves. So all this is about removing the landmarks of godliness. This is what Solomon's talking to. And so, church today, Solomon has taught us, thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you for being godly parents. I didn't say rich parents. I said, Dad is laughing. Godly. No. Today, Solomon has taught us from his place of wisdom. Let us understand that it is more than hearing wise words. We must do them. Do them. The times are changing, and yet wisdom with understanding will never change. Live by God's plan and his standard. It stands today and has withstood the test of time. Do not seek due rewards from mankind. Seek to do rewards from God, our Father. Focus on pleasing God, and God will favor you. Focus on pleasing God, and God will favor you. Don't focus on other people. Don't focus on what people have done to you. Don't focus on what you said. But sometimes we have been in the wrong. I have been in the wrong. Oh, I can't be. Even, you saw that word transgression? Even when I have transgressed, even when I have made a mistake, let me show you one of the greatest things that you can do. When I have transgressed, as much as I have tried, I've missed it. Maybe about 2 or 3 times in my life. But here, watch this now. This is going to help you. It's going to help you. That when I transgress, when I mess up, I have to cross over my own transgression and forgive myself. Come on up in here. Because if you don't forgive yourself, then you constantly walk around feeling wrong, not feeling worthy, not making the next right decision. So before we can even forgive others, we've got to forgive ourselves. Let it go, for goodness sake, for the sake of your purpose and destiny. Let it go, because I promise you that what's ahead of you is better than what's behind you. Oh, the future that God has. If you will let it go, He'll take you to your new place of destiny.